Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another rack review video. Today we've got our friend Lord Snow at 1300 elo. We've done a couple of rack reviews and actually played against this guy a few times before on the channel. And those who are part of the Twitch stream know all about him as well. He's one of the main guys playing the TGs, and I've seen his progress over the last year. I want to say that I've known him last year, which has been pretty good. I think he was up from like 1000 to 1300 now. It's pretty good. And I think he's been to 1400 by the way. But I think the new patch has not been too kind for him. Probably died to a few katana abusers because he's playing like different civs. But still, nonetheless, 1300, 1400 rec review. And he's playing on hideout here with the Goths. Now, we actually already worked on a Goth rec review before. We actually honed his strategy a little bit. I want to see if he's able to do it well this time. I think it's actually... I think the rec review I reviewed from him like a couple months ago was a Goth vs Cumin as well. And I told him a few things he could do differently. I want to see if he does this differently this time around. The other video was not on YouTube though, so no one knows what I'm talking about here. Besides me and him, of course. Okay, foreign wood. Yeah, sounds good. We're going to fast forward the early game actually on hideout. Because there's really not much going on. Basically, you start with like palisade walls and stuff. So it's just a build order. And this ELO build order usually pretty good. Although IDLTC 16 seconds could be fixed. Yeah, I'm gonna go for minute arms. There we go. And we can slow it down now again. Alright, cool. Yeah, not much advice, just tone down that IDLTC, but otherwise I didn't see anything too jarring there. So he's stuck in the Feudal Age. He's gonna go with a bunch of militia. Sorry, stuck in the Dark Age. He's gonna go for a bunch of militia. Alright. How much for the rec reviews? These are for my Patreon members of the Magyar Hussar tier. It's $50 a month. That's the tier. But you get a lot of stuff. And you get the one rec review a month. So the rec review, in theory, costs $30 a month. You get one rec review a month from the Patreon. There's a lot of stuff on Patreon. I take it very seriously. It's the best way to support me, and you also get something out of it, which is good. A little bit transactional there. Alright, militia coming forward here. Not bad, but I think what I told you last time, Lord Snow, I think you're not listening to me. I think I told you I want to see you fast feudal into the militia. I think it's way better with Goths to go fast feudal men at arms instead of this Dark Age drush. I think it's way better. Unless you're planning to do some kind of drush fast castle. But I think it's better to do like the men at arms. Because men at arms get into your opponent's base way faster than militia, and you also have the threat of archers behind it as well. And I'm pretty sure with Goths, the faster you age up, you get more damage against buildings. Like, I don't think you get extra damage against buildings in Dark Age. So, yeah, much better with Goths. It's actually Men at Arm Rush. Alright. Instead of the Dark Age militia. Okay. Adding in more militias, we're planning to go for a big men-at-arm play here, which is pretty good. I like that. It's a decent follow-up. Opponent's just 2TC Cumin booming, which is like one of the best strats you can do on hideout. One of the hardest to beat. Alright, so you're gonna go men-at-arms right away. Very good. So my advice here is to go for one vil forward for a range if you want to follow this up with some pressure. And setting the vil forward and making the range forward is actually just really good. Because it gets the archers out quick. But even just then, look at how fast the men-at-arms break. So I would have liked you to do this like 3 minutes earlier. Because look what you're forcing here. It's really important. You're forcing him to spend some vils repairing now. So for the first 3 minutes of your rush with militia, you didn't really force any damage. But now that your men-at-arms are on the field, now he's got to force, like, re-wall, build behind, etc. And in my opinion, that's exactly the damage you want to get done. And I think you could have done that 3 minutes ago. So I would recommend you change the strategy from going militia in Dark Age to going for just straight-up men-at-arm opening. And look, you're able to break. That's what I'm talking about. You're able to break. If you just broke 3 minutes earlier, it'd be really good. Here, you can actually just kill the market. Like, Gothman armor are very good. Yeah, kill the market. Good. Seize on 2TC. What you're trying to set up here, King in the North, Lord Snow, what you're trying to set up is you use the men-at-arm to cause him to react, you kill his mark, you kill his houses, etc. Set up the stage and go for forward castle or some siege pushing castle. That's what you're trying to set up here. Honestly, versus Cumin, I'd go forward castle. I think it's best. But that's what you're trying to set up. So behind this, you add in some farms. Yeah, go for a market. Oh, you're gonna go to stone. I think you might do the forward castle, actually. That's what you're trying to set up. And it would be just better if you open meta arms. You just get more damage quicker. The whole malicious stuff, I think, didn't really accomplish a whole lot. Okay. Yeah, this is very good with meta arms. This is exactly what you want to do. And you're actually setting up the forward castle play now. Very good. Gonna go up to castle age. And gonna go for the forward castle. This is fantastic. You're actually playing a really strong strategy that's anti-meta on hideout, which I absolutely love and respect here. Absolutely love and respect this. 2TC boom with Cumin is like the meta strategy. Very, very strong. You're playing anti-meta here with the gods. Gonna go for the blacksmith. Okay. So I know what you're doing here. You're sending everything to stone. You don't have to go that extreme. I've been doing this before recently because I've been monk crushing a lot. My advice is like 13 is more than fine on stone, like 10 to 13. These 5 stay on gold. Why? Because you're gonna send them over to the stone and they're gonna just start bumping. All right, it's a bit too extreme. So keep 5 on gold. Anyway, you can just get 200 gold, buy 100 stone with that. It's like more efficient to just keep them on gold here. Okay, way more efficient. Alright, so now you're gonna get the stone mining upgrade. If you're gonna do that, you should get it right away, by the way. Now it's coming in a bit late as well. But I like this game plan. Yeah, it's just a bit too extreme. Like, you have like nothing of anything else, just stone. You're gonna send your wood villas forward, okay. I would go forward with a couple more villas. I think 10 is the perfect number to go forward with for forward castle. And you're trying to get the most forward possible. So I think your first castle probably here is fine. But like the best thing you can do is run around and then make it like here. But maybe first castle here is fine because you're planning to do more than one anyway. No. That's bad. That's horrible. That's actually horrible. It should be touching the walls here. Or like one tile from the walls. Yeah, this one is way too far back. That's actually horrible. I know you're scared of the towers, but you just send the men at arms to hit this and then you can make a couple tiles forward. Like you really want to take the space away. Because you want your second castle to be here. But you can't set this up if this is setting only this up. You know what I mean? You should make some husk rolls now as well. Fletching is really good. Bodkin's even better. Faster, faster. Yeah, kill the gate. You're trying to go fast here. Forward castle here before he's ready. Go. Please don't pussy out in the second castle. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I would make it 2 tiles forward. I would make it 2 tiles further forward though. Again, like like those 2 tiles are so annoying for him because that's two tiles deeper into his base. You understand what I mean? These are very important tiles that you're missing out. It's not bad, but it's still kind of scaredy castle here. But you're taking both the stones. This is fantastic. Bodkin arrow is great for the castles. And after this, I would add in some husk rolls to raid him a little bit. That's very good. Yeah. Good economy behind it as well. Like decent. It's not a good economy, but not bad. The whole point here is that he has a lot of resources collected, but he's going to have no space. That's the whole idea here. I love this. This is such a good anti-meta style. But no, go husk rolls. Yes, he's making. Very good, very good. Go husk rolls, send them into raid, bother him. And you see what I'm talking about? If this castle was 2 tiles further forward, that castle would have to be 2 tiles further back. You understand what I mean now, alright? I hope everybody can see this. It's all about denying space from your opponent. By the way, if you put your castle 2 tiles further forward, you know your villagers will be building it here, which is still out of range of that TC. So it's not risky to do that, number 1. And number 2, these 2 tiles will completely take away more farms, more space from your opponent. He won't be able to make a castle here. Or if he does, he'd have to build it only from this side. Because the castle here would be ranging all of these vills here. And if he does it only on this side, your men-at-arms can loop in and actually kill those vills. So your opponent cannot make a castle there. And he will lose even more space. You understand them? You understand me? So those 2 tiles are crucial. So same thing here. Don't lose those 2 tiles and don't lose those 2 tiles. Keep everything more compact, more forward. So now I would fall back into a boom here. Alright, I'll tell you why. You could try a fast imp, but we're so far from that, so I think you should go for a boom. You can't make any more army here because he's got knights and he's also got a defensive castle. So at this point, you can't do any more damage. Castle's already doing a lot of damage. It's already very messy for him to play. So this is enough. Your castles will probably never get cleared up as well, because if he goes for rams, you could just garrison husk rolls and then just kill the rams when he's under your castle, so that's really hard for him to do. So just you falling into a boom behind this is the absolute perfect thing to go for. If you want to go for another castle, my advice is to probably do it down here or up here. Or you can do it at home if you're scared of getting counterattacked by the knights. I'm gonna go here again, one tile further forward. Like you're cheaping out on these tiles, man. One tile further forward. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to. All right. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, this DC one tile back. You keep misplacing your town. You're misplacing every building by one tile, by the way, for no reason. We're gonna get pressured at home now. Very simple defense here. Pikeman is more than fine. Probably the best thing you can go for. Castle at home is also pretty good. Damn, that's a panic castle if I've ever seen one. In this case, the panic is good though. You actually needed to panic castle that one up. Yeah, not bad. We lost some villas, but actually a really good decision. And now you want to work towards pikemen. The one thing I don't like about you, King of the North, is that you always like... It's like, just our economy gets like really messy when we go for plays like that. Not just the castle, but like you went and built your TC with like 20 vills. Like, why did you build this TC with 20 vills? Couldn't you have just done it with 4 vills and just kept the other guys working on farms and wood? You understand? Like your economy, you're moving like 10 vills left and right constantly. You know what I mean? And oh, look at this. This is fantastic. Because you didn't put this one tile further forward, you're actually not seeing the siege workshop. I hope you lose. I hope you lose. One tile further forward, you would kill the TC and you would see the siege workshop. I literally hope you lose. Because it's the only way you're going to learn this the hard way. I'm so mad. Like, I'm actually so mad. One tile. You're probably thinking, oh, Hera's nitpicking again. Bro, it's literally, that's game-ending tile. And he's going to go cap ram. It's crazy. Yeah, again, it's always 10 vills moving back and forth. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Okay. Like, vills should not be moving around left and right so much, okay? I'm gonna explain why it's wrong. Because if you move these 10 vills from here to there, that walking time that they do, you're down like 50, more like 20 or 30 resources per villager. So you want to send like 4 vills, so you get the TC up relatively fast, but not 10 vills, because that's like overkill. So 6 vills stay and continue working. And you don't need to send them here, because isn't it arbitrary where you have the villagers working? Because if you have them working here, or if you have them working here, it doesn't actually change anything. Like, you make this TC with 4 vills, you're going to make vills from this TC, so you're still going to get more vills here eventually. Alright? So the main idea here is that you don't want vills to be walking around. And you do this a lot, King in the North. I noticed it a lot. With like how you move from stone to gold and whatnot. Be careful how many vills you're moving around constantly in your economy. It's what's leaking you res collected. This is a bit skewed because he went for 2 TC booms, so naturally he's got more res. But it is what's leaking you the res collected, so be careful with that. If I have no army, 10 vills is logical fearing his army. The King of the North is saying, I'm going to send 10 vills because I have no army, so I fear his army. Isn't that illogical? If you have 10 vills going here and you have no army, you could risk losing 10 villagers at the cost benefit of getting the TC up 15 seconds faster. So King of the North is a gambler. He sends 10 villagers to build the TC 15 seconds faster. He is betting that those 15 seconds will save the 4 villagers initially. At the risk, if his calculations are wrong, he loses 10 vills. King in the North, send me $100. 1 out of 10,000 chance, I'll send you back $105, my friend. What do you say we crack a deal? Pretty good. Sounds like a good risk to take. That's the risk you've been taking. That's the risk you've been taking. Alright, the Rams are coming in. We also didn't see the workshop. Oh, where'd those ramps come out from? The one tile that you didn't put your castle further forward on. See, you could have prepared for that. Made a few extra Huskarls and whatnot. But even this is still okay, because it's going to take him a long time to clear the 3 castles. And we can just clear the ramps with Huskarls. I think you should still be able to hold. Even if you lose all 3, he will lose a lot of knights. And we have like an 8 TC boom behind us. We have like a 5 TC boom. So we can still win even behind this. No problem. That's good. That's good. Yes, up, back in. Exactly good. Amazing. Amazing. Up. Good. Even if we lose the castle again, it's fine. Just run back. We're getting such good trades that it's completely fine. You can tell by the score, it's completely fine. He lost all of his knights, and honestly, we just have a good economy behind us, so it's fine. Yeah, we have 0 on wood, so we keep moving vills. Like, where's the wood line? Why do we have 0 vills on this wood line? We keep moving them away. Alright. Yeah, actually quite good. Quite good. Bosa. Nice. Now we're just going to be booming back in. And Goth win late game as well. That's the other interesting thing. So, as long as Lotsno is able to get the late game, it's fine. Okay. Alright. A lot of idle time here by the TCs, but that's kind of okay. Because what can you do? We didn't really have the best economy. Now you're setting up the late game with extra castles. Actually, I love your follow-up on this. I think it's fantastic. Your opponent's going to go up to Imp, but it's okay. We don't have to rush the Imp here. Because we have so many castles defending us. Yeah. Even there, by the way, like now I'm nitpicking, but even there, you can make that castle with 1 vill. Because what are you rushing it for? Like, we're not really scared of stuff coming. Do you understand that the more vills you put on a building, it's not a linear how fast they build it? Like, if you have 1 vill, if you put a 2nd vill in the town center, it's not going to get built twice as fast. There's diminishing returns. Do you understand that, Lord Snow? Maybe no one's ever told you. Like, I will take it for granted. It's kind of, like, it's not... I fear army. But you understand the diminishing returns thing. If you understand that, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm happy you do. But you need to, like, adhere to that rule. Because I know you're scared of army, but you shouldn't be that scared. That scared. Okay, a couple guys in the chat didn't know that. Probably some people on YouTube didn't know that. So that's good. That's why I like to do these rec reviews. I'm happy I said it. You know, I'm happy I said it. These are the kind of things we take for granted. But, like, I've been playing this game for 13 years. I take everything for granted. And I could take everything for granted, but I choose not to. Because you never know when there's going to be a new person listening. So that's good. So yeah, diminishing returns are a problem. That's why you don't want to send 10 vills to make town centers. If you fear army, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But Lord Snow, you're fearing a lot of army. Because like every TC you've made it with like 25 vills. So you must be really scared of everything. So it's fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, wheelbarrow coming in. At this point, we're trying to play catch up to Imperial Age. But we're using the front control to buy us time to get to the unstoppable Goth late game. That's the game plan. What's unstoppable about it? Something like Halb Huskarl is really hard to stop. Like, humans have almost no option against that. Almost nothing because they have champion. That's pretty good against that, but besides champion, they have very little options. If they try like Kipchak plus knights, they're gonna get overwhelmed then. You just destroy them. So that's what we're playing towards here. A little bit of Huskarl raids. Not too bad. Yeah, pretty good. Starting the raids off. At this point, I want to get the Imperial Age, which you're doing. That's very good. That's for a little bit. Good Huskarl raids. Opponent's not paying attention. Ooh, caught him sleeping. This is why it's good to raid, by the way. You never know when your opponent makes a mistake. Like, he should have lost only a few bills. He ends up losing like 25 bills. It reminds me of the other day. The other day in a tournament game versus Winchester in the quarterfinals, I lost like 30 bills to 2 Urumi swordsmen. It was pretty embarrassing. It can happen to everyone. It can happen to anyone. That's why I like raiding in general. Alright, so now the main game plan here in Imp is just to pick our composition, like always. If you watch these coaching videos, you're probably bored of me saying it. Pick your composition and just spam it to 200 pop while getting it fully upgraded, okay? So in this case, our composition is pretty simple. It's Pikeman plus Huskarl. It's like the only option, really. That's why we're picking Goths. If we're not playing that, we're doing something wrong. Alright. But I trust that we're going to do that. In fact, he's going to go for that. He's going to go Halb, Murder Holes, nice. See, this castle, I'm okay spamming it. Because the army's knocking on our door. So that's okay. To build it with 10 vills. See, I'm fair. I'm fair. I'm not just a hater, you know? Alright, good. You can continue sneaking raids up here, but the main game plan is to get 200 pop with your main composition, fully upgraded, and then push everything back, and you will win for sure. You will win for sure. I think you can repair that castle, but... Alright, sending in the Huskrow, the Halb, excellent stuff, and like, now you're 200 pop versus 130, almost 210 pop. You will destroy your opponent. Just don't forget Elite Huskrow, and you're good to go. Really good job getting the upgrades. Fantastic follow-up here. Good rating as well. Fantastic follow-up. Opponent's trying Paladin. It's not going to work. And I like that you won that fight and you attacked right away. That's really good. And you get Racer. That's also really good for late game. A lot of good things, guys. I'm not a hater. Oh, we're going to go for another forward castle. I like that. Remember, Goths cannot stonewall. So in late game, you're trying to fight on both sides. You want to make the game messy. Because we cannot stonewall, so we have to, like, be one with the chaos. Don't sleep on Elite Huskrow, though. Like, you've done a great job with the upgrades, but just make sure you get all the upgrades. Even if you feel like you don't need Elite Huskrow right now, I think it's still worth getting it, because it's just, like, your best unit. It's, like, what you're going for anyway. Alright. Can pass forward a little bit. Not much is really happening anyway. Go. Yeah, it's just 200 pop versus 95. That's why I always say this. If you stick to the late game principles, 200 pop, pick your composition. That's a good one with 20 vills. That's good. Don't stop making vills. If you stick to the principles of late game, you always will win late game because you're just doing things better. Really well played from Lord Snow. That takes the win. We were hoping he lost at some point, but in the end he won. We're still happy for that, you know. We're still happy for him. Pretty good game. Again, if you want to play the strat, I love it. I actually really like the strat, but don't do this Dark Age Militia stuff. Like, look. So 8 minutes you're hitting him, and he didn't do anything for like the first 4 minutes. You do nothing. He hasn't forced anything. It's 1 vill and 1 tower, and even the tower he didn't really need anyway. Whereas when you got to Feudal Age, 1 minute in Feudal Age, and you already broke into his base, and you're forcing him to like make markets and stuff. So yeah, I think you should just do the meta arm play from the start, and then play from there. Same game plan, castles forward, don't pussy out, and then yeah, you should be good. But yeah, thanks for watching on YouTube. Good luck in your rank grind, Lord Snow. And if you guys want to see more of this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to be part of these, check out my Patreon. I offer a lot of things there, different tiers, link in the description. I'll see you guys there. Anyways, take care. Peace. See you guys next video.